Hello everybody, Andy here again. Well, I wasn't actually intending to do a video today. I thought I hadn't got any inspiration, and then I got a comment, a video I did the other day called Fantasy Figures. Quite successful in its own way, got quite a bit of debate going on. That particular video was meant to be about people that you sort of fancy, you know, in a sort of a sexual way, I suppose, whether they be male or female, depending on your persuasion. But some people actually sort of went into it on a different wavelength. Now I just got a comment by one of my subscribers called LonerBirdCastle, and she went on and sort of took it to a slightly different level, as I said, other people have done as well, and sort of people that they admired. I was looking at sort of celebrities that people fancied and that, and this got me thinking about another way of looking at this whole topic. I had thought about this before, but celebrities that you actually admire for one reason or another. Now, celebrities, I'm no great lover of celebrity, I'm quite happy to admit that. I'm one of these people that think that celebrities get far too much attention, especially in the sort of media nowadays, whether it be on the TV. We've had occasions over here in the UK, and I know that you've certainly had it over there in the US as well, and across the world, where the sort of what I would class as very, very trivial stories like Paris Hilton being in prison, or Lindsay Lohan getting caught for drunk driving or something, and these, especially in America, are sort of leading the news. There was a couple of very good examples recently of newsreaders over there. I think they were both female newsreaders who were basically refusing to read these particular stories. There was a great video actually up on here on YouTube of one person, I think it was on NBC or one of that, I honestly can't remember, and I thought, great, that's really good for you, girl, you know. It's a pity more people didn't say, no, I'm not going to read that, that's absolute rubbish, there's people dying in Darfur, we've got wars in Iraq and famines and floods and God knows what else across the world, and you're talking about some spoilt brat of an heiress who's happens to have got herself locked up in prison for something she probably should have been locked up a lot more for. But oh dear, I'm starting off again. But there are a lot of other celebrities out there who actually do some good. They actually use their celebrity maybe for the common good, because they use it to raise issues maybe, and to do things that possibly they couldn't get that sort of publicity for if they were an ordinary run-of-the-mill person like myself, and maybe you as well. We sort of spout our opinions off here on YouTube. I do it, you do it, loads of other people do it, and we really get very little notice taken of us, especially in the wider world, etc. We might build up a movement and things might get noticed very slightly, but you know, if Brad Pitt starts talking about Hurricane Katrina and he's bought a house in New Orleans or something like that, or George Clooney starts talking about Darfur or things like that, Bono starts talking about starvation, AIDS, things like that, Bob Geldof over here about the situation in Africa. We can name several people there. There's several people that I can name straight away who I admire for actually doing what they're doing. They're standing up to be counted, because sometimes some of these people take stances that aren't necessarily the flavour of the month. So what are your ones? Have you got any people that you think, any sort of celebrities, right, I don't care what sort of sphere they come from, whether they be just sort of TV personalities, sporting personalities, media generally, whatever, someone that's classed as a sort of a personality or a celebrity that you admire for doing something that's maybe a bit different, sort of putting themselves out there, raising concerns about a particular issue. I can think of loads and loads of them. I've just named a couple, but I'd like you to tell me your opinions as well. As I said, we've obviously got people like Bono and people like that, but some of them do it in a lesser way as well, maybe a more local way. Some people occasionally just don't like the publicity for the things they do. They sort of get found out, they might do them on the quiet, so to speak, and that's even better because they're actually doing it without even trying to get publicity from it. Because that's one thing that, you know, the cynical people amongst us might think, well, they're only doing it because they might actually get some sort of nice publicity off the back of it, and in some ways, if they do and it raises awareness, raises money, gets other people interested in a particular topic, maybe that isn't too bad an idea. I'm sure lots of people don't do it. I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few that do as well, but anyway, I want you to tell me who the sort of celebrities that you admire are, and maybe you can also tell me that those ones who really annoy you for the reasons that I told you. And as I said, Paris Hilton's one of them, who's just a big self-publicity machine. Some people become famous and they don't necessarily want to become famous, but some court publicity the whole time and they live in their sort of bubble of publicity, and they would starve, if in some metaphorically, if they didn't get the oxygen of publicity. Maybe that's the best way. If we just ignore Paris Hilton. Maybe she'd go away and just spend her money somewhere else. We don't know, do we? Anyway, it turned into a bit of a Paris into a Hilton rant, and it wasn't meant to. But thanks to LonerBirdCastle for inspiring this video, which I've literally just watched that comment and I've just turned the camera on and gone bang. So there you go. This might sound like a load of old rubbish, but as I said, any of your comments would be welcome. Celebrities that you do actually admire, rather not a sexual way. If you want to, if we can carry on with that, put that on the fantasy figures one. But this is about ones that you admire for trying to do some good in the world. Anyway, thanks for your time. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.